Welcome back to the Grace-Based Christian Coaching Podcast. I'm Alexandra Cavill, certified professional coach and the founder of Grace-Based Christian Coaching. GSCC serves ambitious women in leadership who are struggling with limiting beliefs and overwhelm, and they want to live out their God-given purpose with both confidence and clarity. So Friday favorites, what is this all about? I share the scoop on what I'm loving lately, my lessons learned, and looking forward to of the past week to give you a behind the scenes of what life looks like lately, both personally and professionally, and really what the real is as I personally live out my most intentional and Christ-centered life too. So this week is short and sweet because, as requested, I just went ahead and put together a week in the life that is going to come out on both the podcast and YouTube later this month. So get really excited for that. But without further ado, let's get into it for this week's Loving Lately. So, okay, some of y'all might be able to relate to this one and some have no idea. But I ended up about 10 years ago getting a permanent retainer on the bottom for my teeth and made the decision to get it removed this past week. And let's just say brushing my teeth feels amazing, like so good. It was one of those things, you guys, where you know that it has been on your list for far too long and it felt so good to cross it off. I'm going to connect it here in a moment for y'all. But so, you go to the dentist about every 6 months. And that was the impetus for making it happen. I'm like, I cannot go back and see my dentist and have not taken care of this. So all that to say, what is one of those things on your list that keeps getting knocked down that you are so tired of not having taken care of? And who can you loop in to keep you accountable for this thing? That is why coaching works. That's one of the big reasons, because you have to report back. We decide on things, support you in figuring out things that are helpful for you and your life and the vision that God has given you. And then you got to come back and you got to report on doing the thing. And we help you to move forward together in the ways that are most effective for you and your life and the plans that He has for you. So that's Loving Lately. Next one, posting regularly. I love a challenge, love it. And this week was packed with such goodness. So I did a surprise mini series over on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. Some of the things we chatted about: how to get out of a funk when you feel like you're falling short, what to do when decision making is draining you. We talked about how to get focused fast, what your craving for control actually means and what to do about it, and how to find confidence that lasts. So again, if there is something that you need a boost in, give yourself a challenge. Do something for a month, for a week, and exercise that muscle. Prove to yourself that you can do the hard thing, and that's going to give you momentum and focus to go forward faster. One more Loving Lately: Baptism Day. So this is something that I heard. I remember when I was in college in a sermon. He said, celebrate your baptism day like you would a birthday, because it really is one of sorts. And that's what we did. We went out to dinner, we celebrated it, talked to the girls about the importance of baptism, what it meant, and they loved it. They delighted in it. And it just was so precious to have their sweet little voices wishing me over and over again happy baptism day. So maybe something for you to try out and adopt personally and or with your families. So much fun, so meaningful. Okay, next, lessons learned. So like I mentioned, did a challenge this week, not only for myself, but another one almost for y'all, but another one for the business to grow. So I'm thinking through the most effective way to share the content with y'all from that, right? Because of course, part of the power of GSCC is taking all of the different things I've learned over the past several years and putting it together in a way to effectively serve you, both through this content that's public and so custom and curated and on point for my private one-on-one clients too. But one of the things that stood out from the challenge that I took for my business over the past week was that mastery comes through action taking. I'm going to say it one more time. Mastery comes through action taking. I love learning, but it's really the moving and the doing again and again and again that creates growth. So what is the busy work, if you will, that you might be hiding behind? And what can you actually do to move the needle? So think about that. What is the busy work that you're hiding behind? What can you actually do? How can you take action to move the needle? All right. That's the boost you needed to hear. I know it. Last but not least, looking forward to next week. Is my birthday. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday on Thursday of next week. I'm going to share more about that. There's a few things that I do to make it feel extra meaningful. That if you're interested in, we can kind of share some of the scoop on that, which could be really fun. Because of course, grace-based Christian coaching, we got to be intentional about those sorts of things. So like I said, short and sweet yet power-packed. So fun chatting with you. Be sure to subscribe to our email family at gracebasedchristiancoaching.com/subscribe. You'll receive a free mini 15-minute training when you do, from overwhelmed to overjoyed. And the email family, they receive the latest and the greatest, and they find out and get access to programs, content, everything first. So we've got to make sure you're part of that if you are not already. And thank you so much for being here. Have a happy weekend. I'll see you back next time.